start. This guy's going man mode.
Real look at
my goodness.
Wow.
No, can he make it? He did.
Oh, he's got it.
Poor cheese. Oh, Monkley's burned.
Spot.
Oh my god.
Richard! Oh my god, he died! Dead! Richard is in the lead. No, they're tied. Richard just died as well. What? This is literally synced to the final escape.
Hey there everyone, it's Ori time, and we are coming to you from the Sol division now. Made it through all of the division phases, it's quarterfinals, it's Trojan Dude against Monkley. Pretty sick matchup right here, and this is gonna be something to watch. I'm Sigma, joining me, it's Muffin. How's it going, dude?
Yo, Sigma, praise the sun indeed, dude. This match has the potential to be so sick. Right? Not only is this match like between two runners who have PBs that are very close together, but they are also top tier runners, right? And once you get into that low 30, like 29 range, the runners have this insane consistency. And especially with Trojan Dude on the table, we're going to see some of that sick action tonight, right, Sig?
Yeah, that's for sure. And there's an interesting story between these guys too, because you might notice that there were 8 divisions. And yet, we have the number 9 and the number 17 seed playing here today. So both players managed to take an upset, in terms of seeding at least, victory out of their division and are facing off. That was Monkley beating Hydra to get here, the number 1 seed, and Trojan Dude taking out Cheese Lover, who's 8th. And, you know, that's just kind of an interesting little bit. Like, so far, no, you know, lower seed has managed to upset their division, but these two guys, they both pulled it off.
Yeah, that's pretty insane, Sig, right? Like, I mean, Trojan is easily one of the scariest opponents, as we've been seeing in his races throughout the entire tournament, but Monkley upsetting Hydra, the number 1 seed. Hydra, of course, had Spaghetti in his race, but Monkley just still able to like hold on and be able to scrape together those consistently low 30 times in the race. So even though Hydra needed to get that Spaghetti, Monkley needed that consistent and that fast run for him to be able to get here to the quarterfinals to have this best of 3 matchup against an opponent like Trojan.
Yeah, that's certainly true. So what do you think we're going to see in this race here? Who do you think is going to come off to an early lead in this one, Muffin?
You know, I think Monkley really needs to pull out that early lead versus a runner like Trojan. Like, Trojan's mid-game is just so insane, and then he doesn't take too many unintentional deaths in the late game. And so because of this, I'm guessing that Monkley is going to need to be able to take an early read. But man, a best of 3 series versus Trojan, that's pretty scary to me, for sure.
Yeah, and as you can see, there's kind of sort of the story is told a little bit by this graph and these stats. Monkley has a slightly better best race time so far in this tournament, but his average is a little bit worse than Trojan's, whereas Trojan's kind of more, you know, down the middle of the road kind of thing. Like, his consistency is a little bit better, but you can see that Monkley pulls ahead a little bit in the early game and then kind of suffers compared to Trojan mid and late. So we'll have to see what Monkley can do. This is kind of what I would expect, that, you know, Monkley is more likely to get a 30 or a 32, whereas Trojan is, you know, more likely to get those 31s. But that said, he did just get a 30-52 in his practice race just now, so that's quite something. He's got to be feeling good about that.
Jeez, yeah, and like, not only that's sake, but Trojan's like PB'd a couple times over the past few days, right? It's just been like so crazy to see him like drop a second or 2 here and a few more seconds here, and then finally just be able to break down that like sub 31 time. It's just so insane. And like, the graph in the bottom left hand corner of your screens really shows just how insanely close this match could be. Like, Trojan Dude with those consistency on the tricks and a little bit of a tiny bit of an advantage in the mid game when we compare their previous tournament matches, but Monkley with that early game, right? And so if we could see our runners play to their strengths here and just have really clean runs overall, this is definitely going to be a close one. I am so hyped for this.
Yeah, that's for sure. I'm hoping that we get one of these close races. Like, we've been blessed in this tournament so far with how many have come down to, you know, the final escape or like Misty Woods at least, and, you know, execution right at the end and these really close finishes. But I think especially as we get to the quarterfinals and onwards, it's very easy for somebody to just not give up a lead, because players of this caliber, like, when they see their opponent is behind them, like, they don't need to go crazy. Like, everybody knows how to place a safety save and lose like a second on skipping a charge dash somewhere and just make it impossible for their opponent to catch up. So early deaths can really matter. Like, if anybody has trouble with Blackroot Burrows, that can decide the race right there, and you can be playing catch up the entire time, but your opponent may just not let you get back in.
Right, Sig, and it'll be interesting too to see how nerves are going to affect this, right? Like, Blackroot Burrows and even the early like couple of minutes of the run aren't really that scary for major time losses, but maybe if the runners are feeling a little bit of nerves, like in prickles here and there, that could cause them to just mistime their jump by a few tenths of a second and fall into instant death spikes, right, by dealing tons of damage. And that could really, really make that early game lead. But then also the big tricks, right? Having a cleaner Frankie walk, getting the early crusher cycle, getting grotto skip first try, right? All of these could also just widen up that gap by that 10 to 20 to 30 seconds for our runners. So going to be very exciting to see what our runners are going to do in this opening match, to see what they're bringing to the table.
Yeah, and the tricks can definitely go either way. Like, we see Monkley's success rate with the tricks here is not as good as Trojan. It's probably the biggest difference on those graphs there for them. But we'll have to wait and see, because it is about time to get going. The runners are ready to go, and we will be starting pretty soon here.
Yeah, and so on your screen, it looks like Trojan Dude is going to be occupying the left-hand side, and then Monkley is going to be over on the right. Then if this is your first Ori race you've ever seen, don't worry, because we have these emblems that show first and second place in the bottom of your screen on either side, and those will be live updated, as well as instant replays for some clutch moments going through. But here we go, Sig. It looks like our runners are underway.
Yeah, and we got some color code action coming out of Trojan Dude. There's just a sequence of inputs you can do, which changes where he's color randomly, and he goes with the light pink. I support that. I've seen runners throw away the pink Ori, and I'm not a big fan. I like that pink Ori. It's nice and visible. It's not dark purple.
Yeah. Oh man, the dark purple one is so good, because it's like all throughout Glades it's hard to see, but then when you hit Blackroot Burrows, it's like you're literally invisible. Oh my goodness. But yeah, here we go. So it looks like our runners are hitting the first skill. So interesting that both of our runners are keyboard and mouse, but Trojan actually usually decides to pace out his shots individually, whereas Monkley, I believe, does go for that scroll wheel shooting. So Monkley probably going to be able to pull a small little lead advantage here right in the beginning of the run, but we'll see both how our runners.
Yeah, so you do see Monkley finishes the Frankie fight a little bit earlier. It is just faster to mash, but Trojan prefers not to use the scroll wheel to shoot, and that does let Monkley take a lead, and you'll probably see this kind of continue throughout the early game here. Monkley gets one kind of cleaner jump through this area as well, and he'll be able to take out some of this stuff a little bit quicker. It's, just mere frames faster per volley to spam the shots rather than pace them, but it's kind of a preference thing. Like, as you can see, here we are in the quarterfinals of the tournament. Oh man, Monkley, oh god, he took 2 damage.
Oh no, Monkley! Oh no! Yeah,
And
Monkley takes a bit of a death there, and so he heads all the way back to the end of the Frankie fight. So, oh man, this is exactly what Trojan needs, though. Just that tiny bit of a lead, and now Monkley is going to have to play catch-up for the rest of the early game, Sig. Oh no.
Yeah, and that's one of those, that's not the worst early game death you can take, but that one is really rough. And that's just like the race nerves getting to you, basically. Like, he really wanted to push it on that slime. Normally that dodge is A-okay, but you're used to intentionally taking damage from that slime to set up your next death. So Monkley, unfortunately, is going to be pretty far behind from that. And we were talking about this kind of thing before the race. That kind of death can really, really, really be hard to come back from.
Yeah. Like, both good points here, Sig, right? Where just like the nerves getting to you, maybe that death caused Monkley to be a little bit more, oh no, I can't believe this is just happening in the first match. This is not how I wanted to start my best of 3, and to open him up to maybe some other unexpected errors. Or maybe, like, this lead, Trojan's just going to be able to hold on to this and not make any major slip-ups, or even minor slip-ups, and then just be able to win the match from just having that beautiful consistency that we know Trojan to have. But as you said, this still isn't that much of a lead for Trojan. Definitely anything can happen in Blackroot Burrows or in the other early game tricks.
Yeah, and I do want to point out one thing. Because this is not a randomizer tournament and you gain no knowledge about the game by watching your opponent, runners are allowed to watch their opponents in this. Monkley will be checking the restream periodically to see what Trojan's up to, but Trojan is one of the few runners left in the tournament who likes to just focus on his own run and not use any information that he can glean from the restream. So he has no idea that he's ahead, and he probably assumes, because he knows how good Monkley's early game is, that he's a little bit behind now, but probably won't let that bother him too much. Though it can perhaps make a difference later on. Like if Trojan makes a mistake or something and starts to feel like maybe he's behind, that could kind of put the pressure on a little bit. Nice micro ledge there from Trojan, getting a wall run up. It's really just kind of random.
Yeah, that's really funny. That saves a tiny bit of time, right? Because you have a faster wall run speed at the beginning.
It's such a pain to land on that, though, that nobody goes for it, and even the TAS didn't go for it because it was a desync nightmare landing on that micro ledge.
Oh, that's amazing. But yeah, so we see Trojandude heading back through that first Ghost Doorish arena. Nice safety save there. It's just for free, and we refill our energy from an intentional level up in Blackroot Burrows anyway. So it really costs nothing to really grab. But we're going to see how Trojan's experience is here as he's going to be heading in, as well as the first ability he's going to pick up. Yes, experience looks good, so he's going to be able to grab Magnet, but having a little bit of trouble there, Sig, with getting that save anywhere started. So if Monkley's just able to grab that, he'll be able to pick up a few seconds of this deficit.
Yeah, see, I think Monkley's going to get it in one try because he has a bind for it. So, yeah, look. Oh no, it was 2 tries. Oh my god.
Oh no.
You're letting me down here. That's all in good fun, though. Let's see how Trojan's Blackroot's going. Everything's looked pretty good so far. Basically, what you are going for in this Blackroot is to make a desirable platform cycle after you get through this bottom part and get over to the laser. So Trojan's going to be going for this jump up to the 100 orb. Okay, has a little bit of trouble with it, but he's still able to make the cycle. That pretty much... Okay, well, he hesitated for that orb pickup, and that is going to make it close, I'm pretty sure. He should still be able to make this... Oh, and he waited for that shot as well. He's just trying to play safe and not take a death, but I think he may have dropped a platform cycle by now.
Yeah, it looks like it. And oh no, having to wait for that bottom laser as well. That is the longest cooldown out of all of them. And so he's going to have to wait up at the top as well. Monkley's heading over. And yeah, you're right. The platform is heading downwards when Trojandude lands on it. If Monkley gets a little bit of a better platform cycle here, this could save him a good bit of time. And he really has been nailing all of these tiny little mechanistic tricks as well. Jumping up to grab that 100 EXP was pretty clean as well. And so, yeah, saving a little bit of time here, Sig.
Yeah, he gained back 8 seconds with that, even though he got to that platform when it was down at the very bottom. That was just how good Monkley's movement was through that section, basically like 4 seconds faster. But he didn't go for a cycle reload, which a lot of runners opt not to do because it only saves about a second or two, and it can make things more difficult. So not getting all of the time he could, but definitely cutting back some lost time from that early death. So Monkley will feel good about that Blackroot. He may or may not know, like depending on how close he's actually watching the restream, that he's caught up. He probably just knows he's behind and feels like he's equally far behind. But he's just got to do things like that, like getting that, maybe getting Grotto Cycle if Trojan misses it. That kind of thing can pull him back into the race.
Yeah, for sure. Monkley going for a little bit of a spooky jump there to grab the lever, but is able to get up. And so it looks like Trojandude is going to be going for this. Yeah, he gets the save anywhere cutscene skip. Doesn't do the fast one for the cutscenes stack, and neither does Monkley. That's okay. That blind movement can be really scary. But Trojandude's still in a slight lead here. First to get to Dash Tree, but Wow, look at that. Monkley is very close behind.
Yeah, that's pretty good stuff from Monkley there. I feel like he maybe made some time on the movement back towards Blackroot, more so than just that 8-second platform cycle that he got, because he is not doing too bad. He's got a little bit of a deficit still, but now they're on the Frankie walk together. I don't particularly think that either runner is going to have trouble with this trick, but you can't save for a very long time during this, so if anybody does, this is definitely one of the worst places to die early, so I'm hoping it goes smoothly for both players here.
Yeah, please take my energy, both of these runners. This can be a really brutal, right? Like you saw the last time the game saved was back at Dash Tree, but Trojan able to get past the spike pit, so no problems from him, as Monkley is also going to be coming up. Monkley, is actually kind of close to getting a optimal Frankie, so we're going to see how that works out, but Trojan first to reach Death Gauntlet.
Yeah, it looks like Monkley actually wanted to weaken the Frankie up a little bit more, play it a little bit safer, make sure he didn't lose aggro. So he doesn't have the optimal jumps anymore, but he's into Death Gauntlet now. Here comes Trojan's Death Glide, and he gets hit, but he's up there. So he'll be at 1 health now, and okay, he makes it up to the top. Monkley's coming through the same spooky section, and there's Trojan's safety save, so that's good stuff. Monkley's going to opt not to do the Death Glide. He's had some bad experiences with it in the past, probably, as all of us likely have. And now here comes Trojan's Grotto Cycle. His success rate on this, not the best, but can he get it here? The movement across looks good, and he's in there!
He does! Wow! That's exactly what Trojan needed in order to hold on to this lead, and now Monkley on the right has to answer this. If he wants to stay this close to Trojan, he needs to get this as well. He doesn't get it, Sig! No, the 8 seconds!
Yeah, that gives back that platform cycle from Blackroot, so Monkley's going to be pretty far behind still, coming towards double jump, but, you know, he's been playing solid ever since that first early death, and, you know, sometimes taking a death like that right in grades can just actually make you feel better about the run, because you say, okay, well, it's already ruined, so, you know, let's just relax and play, and I think that's what we've been seeing out of Monkley so far here.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, I completely agree, Sig. Monkley has been like really solid in a lot of his execution, being able to get through Death Gauntlet that cleanly as well. Just a little bit of a hiccup on baiting the Frankie over, but besides that, all of his wall interactions and platform cycles have looked really, really good. So we're going to see how he does out of this blind movement. He gets really high up on the wall. Nicely done from Monkley, as Trojan on the left, going for another important skip here, gets it first try.
Nice, he's up there. That's a pretty precise jump up the wall. Monkley, once again, is going to have to answer him on that one. I think Monkley's movement over double jump was probably just a little bit better. Like, that was some spectacular blind movement from him. So, coming into Grotto Skip now, will Monkley be able to nail this? Nice job. He's up there.
Yeah, really nicely done, too, being able to get, like, on the side of the platform, too. Like, if you miss that platform's swinging, and it makes every other attempt after that a little bit different. So how high do you jump? How far do you jump? But Monkley not having to worry about that just from having clean execution. And wow, Monkley also moving up these walls is so good. But oh, just a little bit of a slip up, getting a little bit too high, and just so having to try for one of those hard jumps over again. But being able to recover really fast, it's not easy to do, as Trojan also showing off some really great moves.
Yeah, both players doing pretty well through Grotto. It wasn't perfect from either side, but it was pretty good from both sides. So they're kind of keeping an equal distance between them as to what they had at the double jump tree, I'm pretty sure. And for this next little bit, they're kind of just progressing through these walls. A second might swing here or there, but it's unlikely that anything else will happen. So Trojan's going to keep this lead heading towards Ginso most likely, and Monkley will still be playing catch-up, but it definitely doesn't look as grim as it did in the early game, I don't think.
Yeah, I like this play from Trojan, too. He could have tried to get past the frog a little bit faster as he took an intentional level up, but instead what he did was he just kind of waited under cover in order to guarantee that he took no damage from the frog, because if you're on 2 health, each of these spinning crushers now, as you see Trojan going past them, deal 2 damage, so that would have been an instant death from him, but just it's saying, no, I'm going to play my own game, and I'm going to be able to go through this with a really good tempo to be able to consistently get these really excellent times. And he's going to be the first to enter Ginso here.
Yeah, and that's really Trojan's philosophy for a lot of the run too. Like he may do strats that are like half a second or 1 second slower in a lot of places. Like he waited for the spinners to go by when he went out, and Monkley went for the dash blade over, but actually got hit. So he's on 2 health right now. He's gonna go for the damage boost to this slime and he gets it. So he's down to 1, but he'll get some health back from saves. It's just that last damage boost on the slime that can be scary, because if you get knocked away from the wall, it can just finish you off. But he'll be entering the door to Genso. Trojan climbing up through these first few rooms now. So nice lead for Trojan, but Monkley's hot on his heels.
Yeah, Trojan also going to see if he can grab some excellent cycles here from the Grimer room. Okay, yeah, he's going through. He does go for the dash glide, and nice. He saves like half a cycle there, so nice little optimization from Trojan. We're going to see how Monkley answers, and remember, Monkley right now is only on 2 health. Maybe 3, but that's... I didn't see if he dropped a save there.
Yeah,
but...
he did safety save before the second room, with obviously the intention of healing, and he gets hit twice, so it's a darn good thing that he saved, because he's down to 1 now.
Oh, Monkley! He was so close to taking a death there, but Monkley showing his mettle, being able to get through that section, no problem. I literally was so pity there, Sigma. Hold me. Oh my goodness.
I am, wow. He's up, he checks his UI, he's like gotten like some health drops or saves or something. He's back up to 4 health now, so everything will be okay. It wasn't for a bit, but here comes Trojan's mini-boss. He unfortunately did not get a good read on that lower right spawn, so there's a despawn there. And this is another place where we expect Monkley to be able to make up a little bit of time, because he's going to scroll wheel this mini-boss down, and it is possible to get better cycles with the scroll wheel. As you can see, those volleys of 10 hits in the first cycle for Monkley.
Yeah.
And the second cycle was 8, so he's looking for a 5 cycle off of this right now. And another, wow, that was either 9 or 10 on the third cycle. So this is going to be an early 5 cycle for Monkley, so that's definitely really good. He didn't get any despawns, so definitely making up maybe 3 or 4 seconds with that mini boss performance from Monkley. But that's kind of what he's got to do. He's got to nickel and dime his way back into this one.
Yeah, look at that, like just utility from Monkley, just constantly flashing his UI to check his health. In order to do it. Oh, just a tiny slip up there, not quite getting the jump he wanted, but nicely done still. And oh no, activates the health sig, so he's gonna have to take 2 damage boosts at this ghost door. But Trojandude now on Bash. This upcoming section is going to be pretty tricky. There's a lot of really precise setups in order to be able to get through and get up to the Keydude section that quickly. Nice. Trojandude catches a good cycle on the shot so far. Going for this double bash method is a little bit faster, but Odo has to double bash again. But nice, just taking it slow, taking a little extra time on those double bashes to just guarantee he gets through that section without having to set it up twice.
Yeah, you know, those double bashes, little death from Trojan there, but it's right after his save with the Keydude. Those double bashes actually aren't better than this dash redirect up top. The dash redirect is slightly faster because you don't have to wait for extra cooldowns, but it's kind of a preference thing. Like they're frames apart from each other, so no big deal. So there's Trojan's Keydude. Monkley going for the higher platform save here, and he gets the worm dead, so he's able to place the save, and that'll once again save 1 second. But this is the story of the race so far. Monkley's been saving 1 or 2 seconds here and there, but maybe, you know, things like missing the grotto cycle and that early death still left him kind of in Trojandude's dust for the time being. But Trojan's dying at the top of this room as Monkley comes into the bottom, and I have to feel that this gap is just closing now.
Yes, like, this is insane, right? Monkley is going for his ghost door right now as Trojandude just finished the mini boss. They literally have been matching each other room for room at this point. It's all going to come down to swamp entry, right? Like, this is so crazy. So if Trojandude's able to get a really clean swamp entry, he's going to be able to maintain this lead advantage he's held onto. So even though he's losing seconds here or there versus his opponent, he's still in the lead. And that's what Trojan needs going into the mid to late game. But Monkley, if he is able to have a cleaner swamp entry, this is going to catch up a lot of time over his opponent.
Yeah, we have a 10-second difference between the runners right now as of that teleport. And
wow,
you know, remember that the trick execution from Monkley hasn't been as good as Trojandude's. Like, we see 87% success on the swamp entry for Trojan, so you'd expect him to get it first try, but I don't think Monkley's has been as good in this tournament so far. And indeed, 69% for him. So if he loses the frog, that could be a big problem.
Yeah, Sigma, also Trojandude going for the blind movement, but the lasers were activated because he did not save and quit fast enough, so Trojandude forgets those lasers are there on his way back out. This could be a really big problem for Trojan, so we're going to see how he adapts We've seen this come up a few times in the tournament so far, so really spooky for Trojan on his way back out, but Monkley having to go for 2 attempts here. Trojan getting in first try, and this shot phase through from Monkley, but luckily it was able still to stay in the hitbox long enough to destroy it, so thank goodness from Monkley.
Yeah, that's why you arc it. That's why you don't shoot it straight up, so that it can do that. But, so, yeah, Trojan, nice swamp entry for sure. Saving a couple seconds against Monkley there. But as you said, now these lasers, oh, nice double bash from Monkley there to save the height of that low shot. But Trojan's kind of done some varied strats around the laser section. He used to go up top for the 100 experience orb and then activate the lasers on the way out, which is perfectly safe. But as you said, he switched it up. He went for the blind movement here. He's obviously done it plenty of times before, but those lasers are active, and normally people safety save right after that. We'll see what Trojan opts to do. I think he's going to remember. I hope he's going to remember, because otherwise we're going to get some toasted Ori.
Yeah, I think this is a benefit also from Trojan. He's not watching his opponent, so all he's focused on is himself. So after he nails his ability cell get up, we're going to keep our eyes focused on the left to see how Trojan deals with this next section. He is definitely not used to dealing with the lasers. Gets a great dash glide sig and gets over those no problem. So nicely done from Trojan, as Monkley also able to make it up to the ability cell, no problem. But Trojandude on the left grabs the Kuro cutscene skip first round.
Nice job from him. Monkley just gets to dash straight through that part, doesn't have to glide all the way over the top. Trojan will place a very smart save, that post-Kuro cutscene skip save, that it comes off cooldown in time for your next cutscene skip, and Monkley misses the Kuro cutscene. He's going to opt to watch it, not feeling the best about getting it on the second try. So that's another 17 seconds that Trojan gets to have as his lead, and that's going to be tough for Monkley to make up at this point, because this lead now growing for Trojan. Monkley hasn't been able to close the gap as much as he would have wanted.
Man, this is definitely not what Monkley was looking for at this point in the run. His execution, though, has still just been very, very clean on all of like the movement in between these like bottleneck points. But hopefully he's going to be able to claw back. But man, this is where Trojan usually hits his strides in his run. It's just going to be able to churn through, right? His fast stompless has been on point all throughout the tournament and just all throughout his PBs as well. And then continuing on into Sorrow and Misty. So we're going to see what comes out of Monkley, but he is still in this race. It's just going to take a little bit of work to be able to chip back away at this consistency monster that is Trojan.
Yeah, and one thing important to note about Trojan, if you don't know him as a runner, he doesn't like doing individual segment practice very much, and he doesn't like resetting for a PB very much. He likes doing full runs the most in this game. Oh man, Monkley missed his save, canceled his save anywhere. He's going to be back at the Charge Flame tree with no Funky. That is a big deal. He's going to have to Charge Flame his way out of here. Oh, that's a painful time loss.
Oh god. Oh man, take my energy, Monkley. Oh man, that's so tough, dude. So this is just widening the gap between him and Trojan, and now Trojan going to be heading into the next section. Nice, gets the Stomp ability cell, no problem, and he's going to be coming up to the next big trick, which is going to be fast Stompless. If he gets a sad Celis here, that could actually cause him to lose a good bit of time. But no, he likes that first shot save, takes some extra time in order to line it up. That 100% success rate throughout the entire tournament, takes 2 bashes on the Lantern, and he's going to be able to make it up to the ability cell in time.
Yeah, now meanwhile, Monkley, he saved early on the Spirit Well, reloaded, the cutscene was still there, but he knew the backup to place a save and rekindle. Now his energy is completely messed up as a result, but he was able to get through without watching that cutscene. But man, that Spirit Tree has cost him a lot of time now. Trojan with a commanding lead heading into the late game here, and as you said, this is where Trojan excels. He's comfortable in the late game, he feels good about this section, so it's very, very difficult for Monkley to catch up here, but Monkley can just try to do his best, make up ground here and there, maybe hope Trojan takes a bad death. And yeah, Monkley's even going to stop and get this energy, because he has major energy problems as a result of that Spirit Tree.
Yeah, here we go. And so we're going to see Trojandude on the left going for his Sorrow Bash attempts. Yeah, that bird looks good. Clean first try from Trojan. He is inside Sorrow, picking up one more ability cell before heading up to Charge Jump Tree, and then eventually going to be over and grabbing that Stun. But here we go. Monkley on the right also going for Stompless. The shot is low, so he has to bash a little bit higher. Nope, not quite, so he's going to have to grab a second shot here. That shot looks a little bit better. Ooh, that was high sync. I don't know if it's going to work.
You know, I'm going to choose to believe in Monkley on this one. Oh, Trojan takes a death in the Spike Cave there, but he has a safety save right before, so that's not so bad for him. Monkley did get that fast Stompless, so he'll be progressing towards Sorrow now. But Trojan all the way up to charge jump now, just waiting for this door to open and get in. Monkley's just going to have to basically go as fast as possible to try anything he can do to get closer to Trojan as this race wears on.
Yeah, look at this, Sig. Our runners are 1 minute apart now, and so I kind of want to pick your brain here, right? You see Monkley, you see this best of 3 series, and you see he's watching his opponent. So if you were Monkley, would you try to like do everything you can and like go for PB strats and like claw back? Or maybe are you thinking more of this as a practice and just like a cooldown and say, all right, I maybe I let my nerves get to me a little bit here. So instead what I'm going to try and do is cool down and prepare myself for the next race.
Oh man, as we're talking, Monkley takes a death to Sorrowbatch, so he's going to have to redo that. I don't think I would give up on winning the race until they finish their grenade jump, and I would be just going crazy in Monkley's shoes. No safety, only speed, and just say, if I mess anything up anyways, I can't afford the time loss. And man, Monkley having a couple of rough rocket jumps that don't get him the height that he needs, and this is tough stuff for him at this point. But he actually popped up in the Twitch chat and said, man, that was some spaghetti. So he's probably laughing about this run right now.
Yeah, I really like this about Monkley. Like, no matter what the case, he's just always like super, like just down to earth with himself. He's like, yeah, that was like some spaghetti. Let's try and not do that next time, right? But here we go. We're going to see a bit of a high five as Trojandude is stomping down and Monkley is rocket jumping up. That must be a pretty painful high five, Sig.
Yeah, that's a lot of velocity there. I don't know if their arms are intact after that one.
Yeah, oh my goodness. But yeah, Monkley is going to be heading over now as Trojandude is showcasing off some really insane movement, just being able to head through this entrance into Misty. And this is easily one of my favorite sections of the run, Sig. Just being able to see our runners, but Trojandude falling into some spikes there, not quite getting the movement that he wanted. So just taking a second to slow down, set himself back up, and just make sure that he can get through the area. And look at that, even placing the safety save. Nicely done.
Yeah, he doesn't know that he's ahead, but this is just how Trojan likes to play. Like, you know, nice and safe, nice and consistent. Like, I took damage, I better save it, Misty kind of thing. Even though it ran him out of energy, he can stomp that energy crystal right away, so he's able to charge dash again now. But he is only at 3 health, so a death can be a little costly for Trojan in this situation, but he should be okay navigating his way to climb where he'll get a full refill. Monkley's floating up to the Sunstone now, so still quite a significant deficit, basically a full split behind, and this one, you know, takes over a minute to do. So Monkley's got a tough road ahead, but Trojan, he can show off some sick movement in Misty for us.
Yeah, here we go on Trojan on the left-hand side. We're definitely going to see Stomp cancel galore as he's going to be heading through these sections. That being said, though, I like to imagine Trojandude, right, as myself when I'm late for work, right? I'm trying to drive to work, right? So you're going to be trying to drive a little bit over the speed limit and like cut those corners, maybe slow down a little bit less when you're trying to take that one turn, right? But then at the same time, you're just always looking out for the policeman, right? And so you're always looking over your shoulder, just ready to react if something goes wrong. And so Trojandude just always so good at just being ready, right? Takes a little bit of damage here. You know what? I'm not going to spend an energy here. Instead, I'm going to place a safety save to get some of that health back. And that's going to allow me to move faster a little bit later and keep that peace of mind, right? Not going for this rocket jump here to make it up to the mini boss, but still getting through that section really cleanly and thus very fastly. But Monkley also, wow, just really impressive just watching Monkley work through this section segment.
Yeah, Monkley's definitely already been detected by the speedrun police, and he has to go for the getaway approach at this point. So yeah, none of this careful looking over his shoulder. This is like, what's that movie, like Gumball something or other? You take your rear view mirror and you just detach it from your windshield and throw it behind it because you don't need to look back. You're driving fast.
Yeah, what's the Keanu Reeves movie where he's like on a bus or something and he has
Speed.
to... Yeah, Speed. He goes
we
under 50
we can't go
miles per hour.
under 50 Ori lengths per second.
Yeah, he has to save this school bus full of children. Come on, Monkley.
And you get the intense speed, like background music going, like all the tension.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, like... Yeah. Get some Eurobeat in there. But it in the 90s. Anyways, memes aside, we're seeing some really impressive stuff out of our runners, guys, right? Like Trojandude hasn't taken a big death at all throughout this run. That death there is the last intentional death of the speedrun from Trojandude, and he's heading down to these lasers. He's going to try and see if he can set up a good cycle for his way out. And look at that nice bash on the Frankie to be able to get him some extra space while slowing down the game a little bit. So that just like guarantees him to be able to get that little bit of extra wiggle room from Monkley. Going full throttle through this extra area. No unnecessary bashes. Excellent dashes, right? Getting past that bird. And that's just so scary to me. The spikes are so close, Sig.
Yeah, and oh man, the uncancelled C-dash under the lanterns. Monkley's stepping on the gas, and Trojan at Light Grenade here. He has basically got this race in the bag. But, oh, he's even going for this grenade jump. Oh,
yes!
Nice stuff, dude.
Yeah, dude, that's so sick to see. He still has to wait for the laser cycle. He could have pushed it, but like we said, that's not Trojan's style. And wow, look at that. Cutting that corner actually really, really tight. Nicely done from Trojandude. I really like that maneuver. I might actually steal that. And Monkley just evaporating that mini-boss. As he now is going to be heading out of Misty, but Trojandude already on his way to Horu. Oh man, this is just definitely Trojan's race to lose, and he is not known for losing these types of races, Sig.
Yeah, and one thing we sometimes like to talk about is, you know, forcing your opponent to go for grenade jump. Now, Trojan doesn't know how far ahead he is, so he's going to go for grenade jump anyways, but that's not really a big deal in his case, because he very, very rarely soft locks. I don't remember the last time I've seen Trojan soft lock a grenade jump, because it's just extremely consistent of that, along with all these other tricks. He's going to stop for this 6th health here as well. That's the strat he likes to go for. And, you know, it's all good decisions regardless of the race state in his book, so he goes for it, and it's a great decision here, of course, because he's way ahead, so he has time to play with.
Yeah, for sure, Sig. And so we're going to see Trojandude now heading over to the Horu door. This means he's going to be going for the next one-frame trick, which is known as Door Warp. So the first moment that he gains control of Ori again after the save and quit, he's going to try and enter the door. If he does this, it skips him all the way through the dungeon. He literally has to do nothing of Horu except for the final escape. So here we go, first attempt for Trojan, and he gets it first try. Wow.
Yeah, that's nice stuff for him. Now he's just got the final escape remaining. Monkley activating the grenade tree. Pretty much knows at this point that he can't catch up. Like, Trojan could soft lock twice, which is incredibly unlikely, and still probably win the race. So yeah, you know, Monkley probably kind of wrote this one off from his first death, perhaps, and then especially so after the Spirit Key happened. But still going for that rocket jump out of Light Grenade, takes some damage, but here's Trojan's final escape, bashing off all these lanterns, dashing along, stomping down, and he is going to be heading towards the final swim shortly.
Yeah, here we go. So Trojandude doing a really great job of not taking any damage as he was heading through that initial portion of the final escape. Nice stomp there. Being close to that branch is really, really important to be able to get through, but gets through, and I don't even think he needed that 6th health save. But now, here we go. Trojandude heading up to Light Grenade. There is a chance for a soft block, but no, he jumps off the wall and jumps back into it, so that velocity factor is not going to be a problem, and he gets it first try, and no soft block. So Trojandude running away with this first match 1-0. And look at this, Sig. It's going to be a low 31. This is literally less than a minute away from his PB that he got today. And I wish I could say that I was surprised by this, but I'm not.
Yeah, this is like Trojan's thing. He'll get these 31s pretty much constantly. Like, you know he's getting a 31. It would be incredibly unlikely for him to get a 32. Whereas Monkley here, he's going to be coming in with, you know, 32, 33 in this run because of it's just big mistakes here and there that cost him a lot of time. And Monkley's really going to have to play fast in the next race to try to, like, get some catch-up going, because he's just got to, you know, overcome that that consistency of Trojan by maybe busting out a 30 or something. Monkley's going for Door Warp here, having a little bit of trouble with it, but hey, I always say get all your mistakes out of the way in one run, right? So it doesn't matter. And pausing there for a moment, he's typing GG at Trojan in the chat. He says he knows what's up, and he's just gonna kind of finish out the victory lap here. Except, well, it's not a victory lap. It's like the opposite of that.
Yeah, you know, I really like how Monkley actually hit his stride during this match, though, Sagan. It makes me really excited to watch the next one as well, because this is a best-of-3 series, so Monkley is not eliminated yet, folks. So after he finishes this final escape, we're going to give our runners a brief break, and then we're going to be coming back at you with game number 2. But like through certain portions, right, that Moon Grotto was so impressive out of Monkley, right? Just being able to catch up so many seconds here and there, like with like a 20-second death or something like that in the early game. He was able to claw most of that back and being able to push through in some of the scarier portions of Ginso Tree when he almost took a death in the second room, just being able to get out of that. But here we go. We're going to see Monkley able to get through with 5 health in the swim section. That's really awesome to see. And so we're going to see how he does on grenade jump as well.
Yeah, setting up his position now. We'll see how his inputs are. He gets it, and he's through. So all he has to do is hold right to the end. And as you were saying, yeah, Monkley definitely had a good race there. That early death, he managed to get back a lot of the time from it, but it was really, you know, moving to Valley from Stomp that put the nail in the coffin. Missed Kuro cutscene skip and the shenanigans of the Spirit Tree that were really pretty painful. I don't imagine that he's going to have that happen to him again, but he's, you know, gonna have to play well everywhere to catch Trojan in this next one.
Yeah, and I think like the real story here was Stomp to Glide as well, Sig, right? With like Monkley just missing Kuro cutscene skip and waiting for the full 17 seconds, and then just messing up some other stuff and trying to get past that Hollow Grove Spirit Well. But GG from Monkley, who just crossed the finish line with a mid-range 33. He is down 1 game in this best-of-3 series, and we're going to be moving on to game 2.
Yep, so sit tight, guys. We're going to take a little bit of a break, both for our voices and for the players to get ready on the next one. And then we will be back with Game 2 coming right up right now.
All right, see you guys in a bit.
beautiful charge.
Whoa,
This is
what a
fine.
save!
Oh my god, just...
Oh,
what a save!
the-
Okay.
Welcome back, everyone. My screen name is Covert Muffin, and we are casting this epic best of 3 match between Trojan Dude versus Monkley. Joined with me is, of course, none other than Sigma. Dude, I'm so excited to watch this next match. This has just been a real treat so far.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped up that they didn't kick us off commentary after the first one. That's their mistake. Yeah, this is gonna be some good stuff. That first match, you know, maybe it was a little bit further apart than it definitely could have been, but that's just how Ori goes sometimes. You can make a mistake that loses you 2 seconds, or you can make a similar mistake and lose like 30 seconds. Darren Spirit Tree for Monkley last time, man.
Oh, whew, that was so brutal, dude. I mean, and this is a really great point, Sig, right? The difference between a single race and a series of races, right? We saw so many instances where Monkley just able, in that intermediary movement, just be able to claw back that 5 to 10 to 15 to 20 seconds on Trojan, actually, right? Like really significant chunks of time. And so, like, just having those big slip-ups from Monkley, just really uncharacteristic. Is really sort of dethroning in that sense for the single race for the first match. But this just gets me so much momentum going into the next match for him. I'm really excited to see what Monkley does here. Maybe a little bit of extra safety.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, he'll definitely be looking to have a better early game. I feel like if he manages to get to double jump on a pretty good pace, maybe a little bit ahead of Trojan this time, he'll probably be feeling pretty good about the rest of the run. Like, most of the tricks that he did were all perfectly A-okay. It was like his biggest time loss was that weirdness of the Spirit Tree, but yeah. I doubt that will happen again, because that's just kind of some crazy one-off stuff.
Yeah, Kuro cutscene skip, Grotto cycle, the Spirit Well silliness, right? This all amounted to about, like, I don't know, a good couple of minutes of time loss for Monkley. And yeah, we see the stats page right now, guys, and yeah, that's right. If you're just joining us now, this race has the potential to be as close as it looks on this stat sheet. But that being said, Trojan Dude was able to come away with a win in the first match, and so Monkley is going to be looking to win this next one. But Trojan only needs to win one more sig to be able to walk away from this round of 8 and move into the semifinals, whereas Monkley now has to win 2 games in a row.
Yeah, it's quite the uphill battle, but Monkley was able to do that, taking 2 games in a row from Hydra in the division finals for the division he came from. So,
wow,
you know, it can be done, but it's not easy.
It can be done for sure. And that being said, we see Trojan Dude over on the left up 1 game, and then Monkley over on the right with 0 wins on the board right now. And that being said, if you're just joining us, guys, in the bottom of your screen, there's these emblems that say 1st and 2nd place, and that will show us who is in the lead currently as we're progressing through the run.
Yeah, and for now, both runners just running to the left. Nothing that they can really do to go any faster in this section. You just hold left, and that's that. Do a little tricky jump here to try to carry your momentum through this wall, and then it's impossible to tell if they got it because there's all this dust in the way as it happens. But it looks like they're, you know, at exactly the same time moving towards Sign, grabbing their little forest buddy who's gonna then zap some innocent animals.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, they just crushed that rhino with those rocks. I mean, these people, like, guys, just don't call PETA. Please, we want to keep this stream up for long enough to see this match between these runners. But Monkley being able to scroll through the section, able to get a little bit of a cleaner Frankie fight, so taking a 2nd or 2 lead here. Nothing major to speak of, and that's what we would hope to expect from the early game. Last race we saw a little bit of a different story, but I'm sure Monkley is going to be able to work through this section, no problem.
Yeah, so last race he ran into the upper wall. Trojan manages to pause there, missed the shot on the jump pad, had to wait, shoot it again. So a little bit of a lead for Monkley, but last time he ran into this wall and then took death to the slime, so you might see him play it a little bit safe there.
Yeah, look at that pause. I love that play from Monkley. Really nice, like, adaptation from the previous race. And checking his health and experience. Maybe he's going to try and jump over this hot cell. Not collects it, so I would like to see him. Oh no, he takes the damage boost anyways. That's okay. If you're on 3 health, it isn't really that much of a difference between 2 health. You can get by a little bit quicker if you just kill the slime, but no problem. Monkley still being able to make it through the ghost door before Trojan, both of them needing to take some extra damage into poison.
Yeah, so not great health manipulation for either player, but they both got health drops there, so it's not much that could be done about it.
Yeah.
And Monkley now progressing down towards that 3rd keystone. Just basically, having a little bit of a missed drop down through that mushroom. It meant he ran into the slime, but he immediately got that health back from the roof flower, so it's not going to do any lasting damage to him there, but it does give Trojan an opportunity to catch up just a little bit, and Monkley's going to need every second he can get to overcome these 31s from Trojan.
Yeah, maybe Monkley's going to reflect back on grabbing that bus ticket a little bit early in the last race and see how that sort of detrimented him when he had to continue to drive a school bus for over 50 miles per hour for the duration until they could disarm the bomb. But just able to work through the section here, nicely done. Both of our runners are quintessentially synced at this point. No real major lead change to speak of at this time, but we still have plenty of race to get through. This is sort of expected for the early game, right, Sig?
Yeah, that's for sure. Unfortunately, because of these cutscenes, the runners have to slow down, and that'll be making Monkley a little bit nervous because there is that bomb attached to the school bus. And,
oh no!
Yeah, he's got to hurry out of here because, like, I think maybe the timer lags a little bit. He definitely dropped below 50 miles per hour for a bit, but now he's picked up speed again, and the bomb hasn't detonated. So things are good for Monkley and good for Trojan as well, as everybody's still alive and we're not falling to the plot of the Keanu Reeves movie.
Yeah, interesting that Monkley is also channeling the spirit of water here with his blue collar. And no! The Trojan lock working against him! Trojan using his supernatural powers in order to grab the lead advantage ahead of Monkley.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
I don't know if we've seen Trojan, like somebody in a race with Trojan, take the time loss there on that swing rock, but like, that's brutal. It's called the Trojan log. Well, first, it's not a log. It's not. Secondly, Trojan doesn't actually have problems with it. He had problems with it for like 1 day, and then the name is stuck. So like, it's a terrible name, but you know it is what it is. But Trojan coming with a lead towards Blackroot Burrows now, so that's good stuff for him. Now remember, last time Trojan missed a platform cycle in Blackroot, and Monkley had a pretty good one. So if he's able to do that again, you know, if Trojan has any trouble, Monkley is going to be ready to pounce.
Yeah, Trojan had a little bit of trouble jumping up to that 100 EXP orb, so we're going to see how he manages through. He needs to pick... Oh, no, Sig. Oh, Trojan picked up Magnet, and he had over the quarter of an experience wheel, right? I'm not crazy, right? So he has to skip killing a slime here, I believe. Oh, no.
Yeah. I'm not sure his exact experience count, but Trojan will know, I think. He's pretty experienced with this, and I think he's just going to skip the top slime. He generally doesn't go for reloads, but he does know the moves to dodge that top slime, so that's probably what we'll see. And man, these guys are really, really close after that menuing into Blackroot here. Like, they're just jumping at the same time. Both waiting up... What? They're both waited like an extra bomb cycle there. This is nuts. What the heck is happening?
What is this scene, dude? Oh my goodness. Yeah, and it looks like, Trojandude indeed is going to grab those first 2 signs of experience. Both of them on similar cycles, but Monkley takes a hit from the shot and gets a back boost to Trojan, slightly in the lead here, going into these laser cycles. Trojandude pushing the fast laser cycle burst. Monkley has to wait for the bottom one before he can progress. Trojandude doing this save and quit to be able to get through here as Monkley is not, but Monkley's platform is raising up, so both of the runners are actually nearly synced again, with Monkley taking a slight lead.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal with that save and reload was. Like, there was enough of a hiccup in the movement that it actually lost time. But, you know, sometimes you forget, I guess, how your Blackroot went. And now, okay, on the left here, we've got to see Trojan dodge this slime. Fortunately, the slime's aim is really bad if you just stand on the right side of that first platform. It doesn't know what to do. It can't quite, like, crane its neck over that way to see you because it doesn't have a neck. And that lets you just dodge all of its shots easily. But Monkley, nice platform nip, Trojan making it as well. So both runners pretty close, but Monkley has got that little bit of a lead.
Yeah, nicely done from Monkley. That was super tight. As the platform was raising up, he started his jump over to it, and so that aggressive manip really paying off for him. Oh, why do you go for that, dude? Oh man. Oh, it's okay, Sig. It's alright.
Yeah. It's only a little scary. Actually, that micro ledge is pretty consistent when you go for that jump. They're starting their saving at the same time. Whose orb drop is going to be better? I can't tell at all. We'll see when they exit and reload.
Who's going to skip earlier? Monkley is in with the faster menu management is going to be able to get through. So Monkley taking a commanding lead. Therefore, this means he is going to win, right, Sig?
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, Trojan... Wait, was Trojan? Yeah, Trojan was ahead of Dash last time, and he won the race. Now Monkley's ahead of Dash, he's gonna win. That's how it works.
Yeah, statistics, right?
The rest of the game is just easy. Like, after you got to Dash, it's easy.
Look at that stat, 2 seconds behind Monkley.
And here we are, once again, tied, because Monkley had a little bit of trouble with some of the walls, and maybe Trojan actually a little bit ahead now. It's a bit better movement exiting Blackroot from him, so that's good stuff. We're on the Frankie walk, and actually, the lead could turn if somebody's optimal here. And Monkley's got it, but the Frog's at a lot of health, so I feel like he's gonna just soften it up later and not really go for the crazy like one less jump strat.
Oh yeah, Trojandude did have to go for an extra jump. So not only did Trojandude not get optimal, but he had to still draw an extra hop from his Frankie. So both of our runners are going to be on equal footing.
Monkley lost the aggro. He was ahead for a second, and he lost the aggro on his Frog and took it back. So Trojan's ahead into the Death Gauntlet. This part's pretty scary. Dunks the Frog. He's in. Here comes Monkley's pass through it. He's going to go dash under this Frog. Trojan got a bonus energy, so he's able to save. Monkley is not. Trojan's Death Glide gets up there cleanly. No damage this time. Monkley kills his way up there. We'll be up to that energy cell soon. And we're coming up on that Grotto cycle. Last time Trojan got it, and Monkley didn't. This Monkley takes a little bit of damage heading down, but he's made it through. He gets his safety save down.
All right, Sig, this is big. Grotto cycle. If Trojandude's able to nail this again, he's going to be able to keep his lead. He does! 2 runs in a row, and Monkley now is coming up on the right, and he matches him pace for pace. This race is as close as it looks. Wow! Really nice adaptation from Monkley, right? Last race, he actually missed Grotto cycle on top of taking a really early death, and that was a huge deficit for him. But being able to match Trojan pace for pace, when he looks over at that restream, he'll see, yeah, I'm still in this, and my Grotto movement is going to allow me to claw forward.
Yeah, Trojan's Grotto cycle was actually really sick as well. Like, his movement overall was really nice, because I saw his wall run, and I was like, there's no way that makes it, and then he did. So, like, everything else about it was great, because he jumps from so far into the wall. But here's Trojan's blind movement. He gets pretty far up. Monkley just barely behind him. Takes a little bit of slip on that wall there, but he's able to jump across, and they're so close. A missed Grotto skip is going to turn things around right now, but they both got it first try last race. Let's see what we can do here.
Yeah, I mean, the 3-second delta at double jump is just so insane. And now coming over, look on the left, and quickly look over on the right. Trojan taking a safer one to be able to get up there. Monkley not quite getting it first try, so he has to go for a second one. So Trojandude opening up a tiny little bit of a lead here as he is able to get that trick first try.
Yeah, and man, normally like last race I said, yeah, Trojan's going to keep this lead all the way to the Genso tree, but this is really close right now, and little flubs of any of these wall jumps can just cause you to lose seconds here and there, so Monkley might be able to catch up, but Trojan's having some great movement through here so far. Monkley is close behind him, needs to take a double back to grab that experience orb, but we're seeing Water Vein pickups from both players just seconds apart, and now moving into the movement on towards the Genso tree.
You know, I really have to commend Trojan here, guys, because last race he had a little bit of struggles with being able to get through these movements with just really clean precision, but just being able to do this just so well this race has been so impressive to see, right? Like, between race per race, it's clearly not phasing Trojan, and there's easily a reason why he's in the lead right now and still being able to hold on to that sake.
Yeah, that's for sure. This is his element. He just likes to do runs, you know. That really works out well for him. So he's getting some nice dash glides through the iceless area here. Monkley coming through as well. He's just going to hop a little bit safer. And Trojan up to this top ability cell now. No flubs from either player, really, or not too many major ones anyways to Grotto. Trojan's got his cell. He's going towards his spinner cycle pre-Ginso, and Monkley following close behind.
Ooh, yeah, Monkley unfortunately got an upwards ramp, so he didn't quite get the dash off of the mushroom that he was hoping for, but Trojan going to be the first to be able to get through Ginso entry, but Monkley not taking any damage in the section like we saw in the last race, so he's able to get through, and he's going to have a little bit of extra safety going into Ginso tree that he didn't have last time.
Yeah, and a little pause there for Trojan to get this save. Monkley placed that save a lot faster, so he made up maybe like a quarter of a second there, something like that. These times, they really start to... Like, let's see that when they turn into the door. That's 12:17 for Trojan, and Monkley coming in at 12:20.
Oh my
3 seconds apart.
Wow, just maintaining this exact 3-second delta over a couple of minutes of movement is just so insane to me, Sagan. So we see both of our runners in the same room being able to grab this movement. Trojandude's on the left trying to go for these cycles in the gamer room. And yeah, Monkley also going for this. Monkley had a little bit of trouble last time, so we're going to see how he adapts. Nice, lands it, gets the dash glide, and gets through that section. Really clean, no damage from Monkley this time.
Yeah, that was good stuff. A little bit worse of a flower bounce from Monkley there, sending him off to the left rather than directly to the wall. So Trojan able to get just a little bit of a lead heading towards the puzzle room here. Now we'll just kind of be hanging out, chilling for a little bit. We've got to wait for this flower to shoot a couple times. Nothing we can do to speed it up, so the runners just
you know, and we kind of talked about this like during the pre-show and in between matches, but we're kind of sort of expecting Monkley to take a little bit of a early game lead advantage over his opponent, but Trojandude actually tied with his PB at Enter Ginso. That is pretty insane to see out of him. What a great early game from Trojan.
Yeah, but here comes the mini-boss. Trojan gets in there first, so he's got about a cycle advantage, but Monkley was able to get 2 cycles faster on his boss in the previous race. Now, Trojan's going pretty well. He hasn't got any despawns like he did last time. Man, the mini-bosses are popping out synced, but Monkley, Trojan can't read that bottom right spawn, and he kills it just slightly later, so Monkley has managed to pull back into the lead here.
Wow! This is incredible to see. It's just like, that mini-boss is like so hard to micromanage, especially when you have the 1-frame tell on the table. Both of our runners doing a good job, but this was it. This was what Monkley needs to be able to grab it in. But wow, Trojan nailing a jump that Monkley actually had a slight hiccup on, but Trojandude also spawning the health from the point is going to have to take 2 damage in order to be able to ghost door here. Whereas Monkley only has to go for 1. So wow, like 2 to 3 lead changes in the span of 20 seconds. What is this race, man?
Yeah, we're like 2 seconds apart on the bash grab, and this is the race that we are here to see, because these guys, when when everything's down, when Monkley, he's facing elimination here, and he's just playing absolutely great, coming in to lower 14-minute bash time. That's some good stuff. He's in front on this redirect. Oh, Trojan misses one of his shots. He's going to lose a cycle, but Monkley as well missed the top shot. Trojan's shot's coming up. Monkley's got to take like 2 extra cycles on the top, so Trojan back ahead, heading into the cube. I can't believe it. Now, Trojan, okay, he's setting up the save. Monkley goes for the higher platform save, so we won't know until there's second respawn who's actually ahead. I think that they might be tied again.
Oh my goodness, this is just so crazy to see. And so now Trojandude going to be able to get the key dude, as well as Monkley. So both runners going to be able to move into the second phase of the room. That is so good. That trick can be so punishing if you just are a little too far away from the door. But both of the runners just making it look so easy. But Monkley, wow, look at that movement through the second key dude section. Is going to be able to get into the mini boss first stage.
Oh, but Trojan got the full hyperspeed. Monkley's bonked on the flowers, so Trojan catches up just a little bit. They're almost on the same bash as each other on this boss right now. We've been so close ever since, I don't even know. This has been the same since like the start of the race. They've always been within like 5 seconds of each other. This is crazy. Here's the teleports. Trojan just like half a second behind Monkley right now, and we're coming into Swamp Entry. Monkley had some trouble with this in the last one, had to take 2 shots. Trojans was a little bit faster, so we'll have to see how this one goes here.
Yeah, this is the state of the race, Sigma. They are neck and neck going to this movement. Trojan with a little bit of an extra cleaner movement, going to be able to get into the save position a little bit ahead of Monkley. So we're going to see how Trojandude's movement goes this time. Oh, did he get the rekindle? Monkley did not get the save and quit off. So Trojandude going for the blind movement could make up a second here. But Monkley going to have to deal with the lasers on the way out. And this was something we brought up last time with Swamp Entry sake.
Yeah, Trojan actually stopped early on the blind movement to be consistent, so he actually lost a little bit of time with it. And Monkley, oh man!
Monkley with a death has to travel all the way back there. So Trojan Dude going to be able to get a nice swamp entry and be able to get to Stomp Tree a little bit ahead of his opponent. But Monkley being able to set up for the second one. We're going to see how many tries it takes him for this one double bash. He gets it, and he gets the follow-up as well with the ability style. So he's going to be able to make it in there. So Monkley with a little bit of death going to open up a little bit of a lead. Advantage for Trojan Sigma. This is not what Monkley wants at this stage.
Yeah, he's definitely a lot closer than he was last time coming to this segment. But remember, this is where he had all of that trouble before. Trojan getting that sub 1730 stomp. That's some pretty good stuff. And Monkley, he's got to look to take out the Kuro cutscene. He's got to skip that. He's got to not have troubles with the Spirit Tree. He's got to get his fast stomp. He has to get all these things. He's got to just assume that Trojan's going to be able to do it. Mr. Consistency himself.
Yeah, Sigma. Also, Monkley has lasers on the field, and you know what? Missing that swamp entry one time could have completely jarred his memory to forget that that was a thing. So we're gonna look cautiously on the right as Monkley approaches the lasers. Hopefully, we don't see an unintentional death from him there. But Trojan Dude, nice clean movement, playing a little bit of extra safety to be able to grab that ability cell. No lasers on the field for him. Still does the dash glide to be able to get over there, and he's moving into Kuro cutscene skip. So let's see if Trojan Dude can keep up that insane consistency that we saw from last run. He does.
Great position. He's through. Monkley grabbing his cell now, and this is where it all comes down to matter. Trojan had lasers last time. Monkley has them this time. He pauses, and then, yeah, he definitely knew. And he does that full dash glide over. So good stuff from Monkley, but here comes Kuro cutscene skip. Oh, takes a damage. He's down to 1 health. Oh, man. Okay, he's set up. That's a good spot. He gets shot by the frog, but that's not the worst thing because he had a save right there. That's better than missing the cutscene. He's in a great position. He's not feeling great about it, but he takes it on the second shot. He's through. Trojan definitely opening up a little bit more of a lead here with that kind of hesitation from Monkley, but with that respawn, Monkley will be back to full health here, so that's a little bit more comfortable move to do this section towards Charge Flame.
You know, this, yeah, for sure. And, like, this wasn't the full 17-second time loss from Monkley, so a little bit better than last race, but Trojan Dude is just still on a killer pace here, right? Just, like, being able to work through these sections so consistently, so quickly, right? Putting the extra bit of safety to lose a second here or there, but wow, just getting past that Spirit Well with a really nice dash glide as well from Trojan. But here, Monkley at Sea Flame Tree, this is a big section for him, Sig, right?
Yeah, that's for sure. And as I said, like last time, he lost all this time in a weird way at the Spirit Tree cutscene skip. So he's gonna really want that dash glide. He saved a bit too far to the right last time because he hadn't got the dash glide over. But this time he gets the glide fully, and that's gonna be good. He gets past that little kind of weird stumbling block. He's on to his valley entry now. Trojan, pretty good lead here. He's already got the Stomp Peg cutscene done, and he is moving towards Fast Stompless now. I don't think he's going to miss it, but if he does, that's going to give Monkley a huge window to catch up.
Yeah, and you know, this, like, with that, like, just Trojan's consistency with these tricks are absolutely insane. And speaking to that, at Charge Flame Tree, he was still within 1 second of his personal best, right? If that isn't insane, then I don't know what is. But just being able to see him churn through that early and mid game on this entire pace, and just be able to head into the late game with this, yeah, that's right, he nails Fast Stompless, and so he is going to be keeping up that pace, heading up for his attempts at Sorrow Bash.
Yep, Monkley coming up on this trick now. Now, there was an 18-second delta at Charge Flame, so not insurmountable, but Monkley's going to have to nail this, and it's going to have to be fast. He likes that shot, he lets it go, and he's heading over towards his cell, so can he get the cell, and can he get the trick? Cell movement looks good. He's got it, and he's got the trick.
Yeah, way to go, Monkley. All of the portions of the run that he struggled with in the last performance, he just, like, nailed out of the park. Maybe a little bit of hiccups at Kuro cutscene skip and in Swamp Entry, but really not nearly as much time loss as he experienced last time. But Trojan on the left, going for that Sorrow Bash, gets it first try again, bringing up his average for the entire tournament. It's so impressive to see.
Yeah, that's some good stuff from Trojan, and he's moving through Sorrow now. Remember, at least for race strats, he places a save before the spike cave up top, so he's not going to take any big time losses here. He's likely to opt to save here. But that also does open the window for Monkley. Here he comes to his Sorrow Bash. He failed this once last race, but His setup looks pretty good here. That bird height is pretty nice. Oh, he's got to save it with the double bat. Oh my god,
what backup!
adaptation.
Oh my goodness, he's able to get up there, charge dashing into the bird to bring him down to health, and then nailing a double bash with a charge dash and being able to bash on the moment before the bird died to be able to get out of those instant death spikes. Oh my goodness, from Monkley. What a play. Unreal, dude.
Yeah, that is a big deal too. He opted to like try to save it, and he succeeded at saving it. So he's moving through, no safety save. Just gonna let him take a faster death here on this Ghost Door, whereas Trojan kind of had to wait for that to open. So Monkley maybe making up a little bit of time on the Soro Pass, but you know, as nice as that save was on Soro Bash, it's not as fast as just getting it as like first try like Trojan did.
Yeah, Truche Sigma and Monkley in the hunt, taking these risks, going for those adaptations, able to get through. Both of our runners have to save anywheres up. Trojan Dude still currently in the lead, going to be the first to make it to Sunstone, but we're going to see if Monkley is just able to have cleaner Misty movement, he will be able to take that lead back, and he could push it towards a Game 3. But Trojan Dude, just with that lead advantage, one of the few runners in the entire tournament that I would be scared to give this much of a lead to heading into the late game. And it's not even much, Sig.
Yeah, and for better or for worse, Monkley knows how close this race is. Trojan doesn't, so that might be hurting Monkley's nerves and helping Trojan's perhaps, but it does mean Trojan's going to be going for maybe a little bit of safety here and there in Misty, and Monkley knows he's behind. He's just going to be playing fast, so those couple saves, that kind of thing, can maybe give him some room to catch up. That's what he's going to be looking for. But man, this Sunstone lowering cutscene feels long when you're waiting for it in a race like this. Trojan Dude starting Misty. Monkley's going to have to go down from Sunstone now.
Yeah, nice. Monkley able to keep all 5 of his energy getting through that section, but he's only on 3 health. There's lots of things in Misty that actually end up dealing 3 damage. So Monkley's going to have to be a little bit careful in that opening section. Trojan Dude, though, making quick work of this opening movement. Very nicely done. A lot of this movement's a lot more difficult than it actually looks. Like all of these spikes, yeah, that's right, they're spiky, and they are usually not friendly. Sometimes are, but not right now. But Trojan Dude just able to get through all of that really, really fast.
Oh man, and Monkley, he's not saving. He knows the situation of the race. If he takes a spike hit, he's dead back to Sunstone, and he's getting over this spooky section. Okay, he's got 2 energy here. You only really need 1 here, so he does place a save now, so he'll be feeling good about this moving down. But man, Trojan Dude has made quick work of the rest of Misty. He's already at the climb trees, almost onto his second half. Monkley sitting at the Atsu's torch cutscene. That's like 20 to 30 second, maybe 25-second difference between them right now, and ooh, that's hard to overcome.
Yeah, Sig, especially this late in the race, we are literally coming down to the last couple of minutes of Ori, folks. So if Monkley needs to get back into this race, he's either going to have perfect movement and some minor slip-ups from Trojan all over the place, or Trojan needs to take a big mistake. But Monkley is not out of this yet because we still have some really scary sections going on.
Yeah, and now Monkley's got to tear his way through this movement. I would not be surprised to see him not even save at the 4th Keystone. Trojan is definitely going to. Monkley has a little bit of trouble juggling that frog, but manages to do a backup. Trojan, no save at the 4th Keystone. He's feeling good. He hasn't taken any damage from the looks of things, so he's getting through this Misty quickly. Does not go for the rocket jump up this meatball shaft. That's consistent with how he plays it. And he'll be climbing up towards his mini-boss now, Monkley. Going up the musical flowers. He's got 3 energy left. Trojan going towards his mini-boss, and Monkley takes a hit. This is scary stuff.
Yeah, I know. Oh, getting the glide past the bird again. That bird deals 2 damage if you run into him, and then the spikes deal 3, so Monkley flirting with death there. No! Yeah, just be a little bit careful of that shooty shark guy. And oh, yep, nice wall climb to be able to get past that shot without taking any hurt. But only on 3 energy stakes, so he's going to maybe have to adapt to this mini-boss skill. But no rocket jump from Monkley. I like this decision, so he has the extra energy going into it. Trojan Dude, though, on his way to Light Grenade, gonna hit this teleporter first, and he had a really clean second half of Misty, Sig.
Yeah, and oh my god, Monkley took another hit in the later half of Misty, so it's a darn good thing he did place that save, because it was a 1 damage hit from a Mortar Worm, but that would have killed him if he had not saved, so that saves him, but he's got to just get some kind of time save here if he wants to catch up to Trojan, because Trojan's got this big lead and there's so little of the run left. Monkley has to just play fast and hope for a mistake for Trojan, which will let him back in. But right now, it's really looking rough for Monkley's chances of continuing here.
Yeah, man, Trojan's been playing so solid all race, and we're seeing none of that goofiness and mishaps here. Able to get past that cutscene skip, no problem from Trojan. Going to be the first to make it to light grenade tree, and that is his final skill tree that he's picking up for the entire run. But Monkley now entering Black Root Burrows. If Trojan messed up the yoga cycle here and has to wait, this could buy some time for Monkley to get back. There's always door warp, there's always Haru Fields, there's always the final escape. But Trojan Dude going for this grenade jump, doesn't quite get it first try nor second try. How many tries is it going to take it? But okay, so he gets it for the third one, and so he is going to have to wait for an extra laser cycle here, but is going to be working his way through.
Yeah, and takes a hit there, but that's okay for him. He's still got plenty of health. Now Trojan did have a little bit of a scary time with this boulder in the last run. He's going to stomp this energy, waits to magnet it. Okay, he's going to place a save. He doesn't feel great about the boulder. And well, that's pretty good because this is looking sketchy.
Get up there, Trojan! Alright, he's okay. So he's going to make his way over to his 5th health cell and then going to be teleporting back out to Swamp. I would not be surprised to see Monkley go for a 5 health strat like we saw last time, but nicely done from Monkley, catching that laser at a good cycle, gets the yoga cycle and the rocket jump up, so that's a little bit of time. It doesn't magnet that energy, so couple of seconds here and there, Monkley's able to work back up. But is it enough save? Is this tiny little bit of clawback? But Trojan takes a little bit of damage, but makes it to the health cell.
Yeah, he'll be at the health cell now. Health doesn't help you against this field of well, it kind of helps. Some of it does 4 damage, but a lot of it kills you in one shot. So can he make it over this part? It's not the worst. He's got the feather, he's got the
right,
it's all good. He'll be at the horror duel momentarily. Monkley coming in fast though. Trojan is putting that key in. Monkley takes some damage. That's okay. He's got plenty of health left as long as he doesn't take a dip into the lava here. And he will be following up Trojan soon. But man, Trojan through that opening cutscene already going to be on his door warp as Monkley starts to watch these series of cutscenes here. So Trojan could finish this one out with a first try door warp.
First try! Yeah, he gets into the final escape a little bit ahead. Monkley struggled with door warp last run. He needs a first try here if he expects to take it, but Trojan Dude also has to take a death in the final escape in order for Monkley to catch up. Monkley gets it first try! Okay, so Monkley's in the final escape. It's all coming down to this. Oh my goodness. The last 29 minutes of this run don't matter. Trojan Dude just has to get through this final escape once, and he is going to be pulling out this set. That's right, this is the final match for Trojan if he pulls a win here.
Yeah, and remember, Trojan took a 3rd try grenade jump when he was in this leaving light grenade. He was first try on this trick in the final escape last time, but if he has a hiccup with it, Monkley could catch up. Trojan's going through his swim now. He has 6 health, so he is through A-okay, and he's going up the final section. Monkley's coming into the elemental room now. Trojan up into grenade jump position. He just needs this input, and he's here at the semis,
He does it! Trojan able to close out a 2-0 win versus his opponent versus Monkley. What a run from Trojan! Oh my goodness, coming with even closer to his PB sig than his last run. And Monkley going up for grenade jump and doesn't quite get it first try. Is he going to get it second try? He does! What a race! Oh my goodness, this was so close. Wow. Oh
yeah.
Man.
Man, that was pretty crazy. That was so close the entire time. Trojan's gonna be holding right first. He'll finish up. Monkley's in the final cutscene, but wow, Trojan with a 30:56, which is faster than his PB was, 2 hours ago. Not faster than his PB now.
Unbelievable.
That is some good stuff. Monkley still coming in with a great time. Like this time for Monkley would have beaten Trojan's time in the first race by just a little bit, but in the second race, Trojan went fast. Monkley couldn't keep up, and man, GG.
Yeah, Trojan 1 second behind his PB at double jump tree, 1 second behind at charge jump, right? 2 seconds, ahead of his PB going into the late game, right? And just like coming this insanely close to his PB. Monkley needed to run like a speed demon, but just not quite being able to get it there. But wow, 20 seconds differential here between the two runners for a closing time. Just unreal. This race was as close as it looked. It definitely came down to the final escape, and Trojan Dude, yeah, that's right, he was able to close it out. What a run.
Wow, yeah, that was some good stuff. And with that, Monkley's tournament run has ended, but he'll be happy, I'm sure, with getting to quarters. Probably, didn't expect to make it out of his division in the first place, so, anything after that is just a bonus. Trojan will be moving on to semis to face a yet undecided opponent, so, man, that's good stuff from him. I'm sure he'll be over the moon, too, because I remember him saying that he just, his goal was to make quarters as well, and he's made it past that, so who knows how far he can go.
Dude, man, one of the biggest feels for me from the overall tournament was after Trojan Dude's clinch performance, being able to close out his previous match. It was so good. So I'm so excited to bring him in for an interview. And we're going to also see if we can bring in Monkley too, because I want to hear from him, because he also had quite the tournament performance, man. Just so impressive seeing both of these runners and what they've just been able to accomplish throughout this tournament, dude.
And it looks like we are now joined by both Trojan Dude and Monkley. GG, Trojan. Congrats on your win there.
Yo, thank you very much, man.
Yo, GG.
Yeah, so, wow. I mean, where to even start with that one? That second race was pretty mind-blowing.
Yeah, let's forget about the first one. That's fine.
Oh man.
Yeah, so go off of that a bit, Monkley, right? So right at the beginning of the run, you took a death, right at the right before Ghost Door, right?
That's slime, dude. That's slime. If I try to get hit by him, he misses. If I try to dodge him, it's impossible. Yeah. I can't win.
You can never manage your health there. Confirmed patch by the developers. But sort of going off of that, Monkley, did you feel any nerves kind of going into the series overall? And did that death kind of add to that, or did it remove from that, or did it not really have an effect overall?
I'd say nerves going in, the death removed kind of some of that, because it was well, whatever, we gotta play like a demon now. And I felt like I did really good. I missed Grotto Cycle, which was the only bad thing I really remember, really big bad thing between that and then Enter Kinso. And I don't know, overall it was pretty solid until Charge Flame. And then it was just kind of got tilted.
Yeah, dude.
So what happened there? I went up to go do the the Spirit Tree cutscene, the Great Deku Tree, whatever. Skip that, and my cursor must have been off a little bit, so I didn't click on the ability. So I went to click on the ability, and then I exited out of my menu and was in the cutscene. So I thought, all right, it's probably just quicker to reload and get back up there and skip it, because that cutscene feels like forever. I don't really know, but it was an in the moment decision. Except I forgot about the Frankie being gone. But anyway, so then I get back up there, and I leveled up too early, or I didn't walk far enough left, so I had to do the rekindle.
Wow.
Which was just I don't know, it was just a myriad of spaghetti.
All right, Trojan, I want to get some of your thoughts on those races. You had pretty great performances in both of them. Was there any point where you were maybe worried that Monkley might be ahead of you, or did you feel good, you're getting all these tricks first try? Did you think it's yeah, I got this lead in here?
I'd say in the first one, I was definitely more worried because I ended up close to about a minute behind his PB. I was like, this is really iffy. We'll have to see. But that second one, man, in my head, I'm I almost got within 20 seconds of his PB, man. If I don't win this race, just GG to him. What the heck, man? But yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, that was a good second run by you. I'm very happy with the second run. The first one I have some issues with, but overall, I don't know, it feels like a weight has been lifted.
Yeah, dude. So I guess like 2 questions for you, Monkley, right? Like you mentioned in your notes before the tournament that you've just been really happy with your overall tournament experience and performance. So like, what are some of those moments for you, right? Because I have seen some impressive matches, but I want to hear from you. And then also, now that you're knocked out of the tournament, right? It's unfortunate that we don't get to see you run more and compete. But also, what are you planning to do next? I'm really excited to see more speedrun stuff.
So, all right, I'll start with your first question.
Yeah, dude.
Pretty much, I'm pretty pleased with basically my entire performance in the tournament. There was one race against Richard that was pretty bad. It's actually the one I got knocked in the losers bracket, and I was unhappy with that. But otherwise, like, I can't think of really a single race where I thought, like, you know, I mean, well, maybe the last one, but the one I just did, I mean.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
you know, there's really no complaints about my performance. As far as like the overall tournament experience, it's always a blast. It's just fun watching other people compete and competing yourself, having something on the line. And then what I'm going to do next is I don't know, take a break. It's probably a pretty common answer. but like, I don't know, take a break.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
Maybe some Dust Force, you know?
Yeah, maybe a little. I don't know. Maybe not. No, who am I kidding?
All right, Trojan, I want to throw another question your way. So you're through to the semis now, and your next opponent is going to be the winner of Wilson against Raz. Who do you think is going to win that match, and how do you think your race against them is going to go?
Man, that one's so tough to call. I think like of pretty much all of the semifinals, I'd have to say that this is probably okay. I think ours and theirs is probably the closest, like pretty even. Because as much as Raz talks himself down, he's gonna get killed. Like, he is a great runner too in his own right. And the reason I'm not so sure is because Wilson goes 3 HP all the time, and he pretty much, I don't think he will ever go 4 HP. So that'll give Raz a little bit of an upper hand when it comes to safety there. So I don't know. I honestly think that I'm going to give 2-1 to Raziel. Yeah. But like, I'm talking like these are going to be really close matches, like all 3 of them.
Oh yeah, feels good, man. I can't wait to watch that exciting matchup. So, Trojan, from you, in that first match, were there parts of that where you were just like, during the break period between game 1 and 2, you're looking back at your performance in certain sections, and were there parts where you focused more in the second game to be a little bit more, I don't know if cautious is the right word, but a little bit more cognizant and say, you know what, I'm going to work to make sure I nail these sections over what I did in game 1?
Yeah, I was still, like, in the first race, I kind of knew that I was going to make some mistakes. I was still not completely calmed down from the run I had right before the match. And pretty much, it was really, like, I got a really nice time to reflect. And my mind was in a very good place after that first race. And I was like, I targeted a couple places, like especially in the to early to mid game where I was rushing things a lot. I was like, all right, I'm going to take this like a quarter second slower so that I don't just completely screw myself over. Yeah, it really helped my mentality going into the second race. I felt like I was completely in my own. Oh, also, to go back, I didn't realize I didn't answer Sig's second question about how I feel for the semis. So at this point, I kind of said it going into quarters. I literally am playing with nothing to lose. So I'm going to go into the semis and I'm going to just like give it my complete all, just like I did today. And because both those guys are like exponentially better PBs than mine. I just have to play my game and just hope they have 2 minutes of mess ups, and then we'll see where it goes from there.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I've been watching you this past week, and it's been like a complete treat to just watch you just not only maintain your consistency with just running this game at such low and impressive times, but also just improve what your best accomplishments have been throughout this. So I am so proud of you, man, and I cannot wait to watch what you bring into the next match in the semis, dude. Congratulations again, Troy.
I greatly appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, dude. All right. That being said, though, Trojan was able to close out the set 2-0 tonight versus Monkley, so Monkley is knocked out of the tournament. The next Ori All Skills tournament match is going to go ahead and be tomorrow at 4 p.m. And that is going to be none other than Sigma Sin, who is with me on commentary tonight, versus Elo Jiminy. And that is going to be a super hype one, and that's going to be another best of 3. I cannot wait to watch that one. But that being said, upcoming here on Speed Gaming in 30 minutes is going to be a link to the past randomizer match. And also, Speed Gaming 2 has a link to the past No Major Glitches right now. So if you want some exciting speedrunning action, there's still plenty to be had on Speed Gaming. But from all of us tonight, all the people behind the scenes, as well as the runners and commentators, we wish you a good night. Damage as they head through. So, ooh, nice job. Wow, Yoko. Oh,
no. Oh, no, Yoko. Oh, my goodness. Please be careful.
He hasn't taken any like really bad deaths as result, but
Oh, no.
Why did I say that? Why did I say that?
Yeah, true shade. So we're going to see what Didu decides to do. Nice safety save there. And wow, the value from the safety save.
The trick itself requires precisely positioning a frog and managing your XP, but because that can happen, because that froggy has a chair and it can stomp it right on your tiny little head.
Oh god, Milton, get out of there!
Holy crap, the recovery from that.
Like, it's deceptive. Ooh, deceptively difficult. Rufus,
Holy
so close.
crap, Rufus.
Oh,
Oh god.
Fix it.
And what is happening now?
I don't know.
Oh, Monkley shot going through.
Oh, he's missed the double bash though. He's gonna go back up. Monkley's shots are facing the floor. I hope he does not get that on the upper one. Jesus, broken into swamp.
Oh, Monkley getting hit by the shot.
That all that Terra did. Oh, missing that, but he's got the backup. That's okay. Oh my gosh.
Oh god.
Oh my gosh. Okay, try again. Just this time you can get to the platform.
What you've seen from runners like Lucidus, Uncle Ronnie, and Eviona so far in the tournament, and oh wow,
Damn.
I do not know how he survived.
Both runners getting that 5th.
Oh, Randomson had a really... Wow, what a nice backup, though. Randomson had trouble with the first spider shot, but now it's basically tied.
Go stomp the rocks. And oh,
Fluffy,
I
what
didn't know you could do that. Can you really just keep moving and skip that cutscene?
Oh god, Ori's in the air! Hello!
Oh no. Oh, Frankie. Frankie, please go away. Oh, that is so painful.
Oh, this is a party. Luckily, he does have a safety.
Yeah, oh, mini boss not quite going according to plan. Melvin's gonna go with the stomp spam. Keep that frog away. Get out of here. Don't hit me with your chair. He says he gets through it okay, and we'll be just finishing up Misty.
The section is really difficult with the 5 health. Alright, he gets the bash off of the fish. So yeah, he gets through, but upcoming here is...
He's gone through!
Oh, he died! Death! Richard is in the lead. No, they're tied. Richard just died as well.
What?
This is literally synced in the final escape, guys. Unbelievable.
They both stopped the thing together. Okay.
Each one of those grenades costs 1. He's got 1 left. That's enough for 2 grenade jump attempts. If he keeps missing in that particular way, he's got 1 chance left.
1 more.
And he gets it! The
First
clutch.
try, and
Well, not first try, but you know what? First try.
We'll call it first try.